Hello everyone, welcome again. I want to share with you this series of stories that I found that were very interesting, a little bit bizarre even. So the first one is about this political party that is based on AI, and they want to be part of the Danish parliament for the elections of June 2023. And this political party, whose policies are derived entirely from artificial intelligence, hope to win the hearts and minds of Danes in the next election. So that is very strange. The party is called Synthetic Party, and specifically they want to reach out to the 20% of Danish who normally don't vote. So they are going to do some kind of research on what people want, and they want to target these particular people with policies that will be attractive for them. And they have a couple of proposals. One of them is the introduction of a universal basic income of nearly $13,800 a month. Notably, this is more than double the average Danish salary, and they want to have the addition of an 18th United Nations Sustainable Development Goal that will allow humans and algorithms to coexist more directly than now. So that is wild. Interestingly enough, they mentioned that in Denmark they have 230 micro parties. So that is a wild number of parties, political parties in Denmark. I don't know if you can call that democracy or what you can call that, but that seems like there's a flavor of politics for everyone. So they're trying still to gather 20,000 signatures to run for parliament, and if elected, the party plans to incorporate AI into the work of the Danish parliament. So that is highly strange and unusual, to say the least. And you can talk to some of the AIs in this in a publicly accessible Discord group. If you are fond of that kind of thing, you can actually talk to the AI there. So let's move on to the second story, which is probably even more weird than the previous story. And this is a story about some pigs that were part of a study. So the pigs in this study, they killed the pigs, and later they divided the pigs in three groups. So one of the groups was connected to this machine that allows blood circulation to be restored, and they have this system that is called Organ EX. And the second group was didn't have any kind of intervention at all, so it was just left alone. And the third group was connected to what they call this ECMO. So this ECMO is extracorporeal membrane oxygenation, so it's just some kind of a respirator machine that allows the CO2 to be removed from the blood, but otherwise they are not having any other intervention. And they found that the pigs in the group that they are using this Organ EX system, it was having after 1 hour. Remember, they killed the pigs, and after 1 hour they connected them, and the blood itself was only at 28 degrees Celsius when their regular blood is around 35, 36, or even 37. So they had also some other chemicals like anticoagulants and other chemicals like anesthesia and other things that were intended to avoid the pigs to become fully conscious. So they were not expecting the pigs to wake up, to become sentient, as they say. And they observed the tissue started to react to glucose. They started to show normal function on some of the organs. Even the brain was having some normal function. Even the heart started to show some electrical activity, but the heart itself didn't restart. So they didn't do anything to restart the hearts. Just connected them to this machine that was pumping, the blood in and out of the animal. So it is very weird. They have no way to explain why the heart had some electrical signs, but nothing else. The heart itself didn't restart, and apparently they didn't detect any brain activity, but they presumed that it was because they didn't uh, allow it to happen because of the anesthetics and some other substances they injected in the blood. So they don't know what to make of this, but what happens is that basically they um, restored all the functions of a normal um, organism. So it was doing everything. It was responding to glucose, and it had some genes responsible for cellular function. And at one point, they injected a substance that is called a contrast dye to help scientists visualize the brains, the following treatment. And the pigs started to involuntarily jerk their head, neck, and torso. And they didn't have a good explanation for that. They think this didn't come from the brain. They speculate that could have come from the spinal cord, but they have no real answer for that. And the main thing is that apparently they want to do a follow-up study in which they will start to use some other chemicals that will allow for the brain to be fully restored. But well, of course, what these scientists are doing is playing God, and the ethical implications of these are impossible to predict. Really, it's basically possible to keep a person or the body of a person alive indefinitely. Indefinitely, they can just keep it alive artificially, and it is probably they are speculating that the legal definition of death will probably change, because how can you say if someone is dead even after 1 hour they can still recover a lot of the functions? And they didn't do anything special about the body itself during this hour, so there are some things that they can do to increase the chances of the body to be restored. So yeah, they are just playing Frankenstein here. That's what they're doing. So I don't know if it is good or not. They are saying that this can have multiple uses, including keeping body organs alive and later use them for transplant. I don't know if that's good or bad. Honestly, at one point you could even think that the body was not really dead, so the person wasn't dead. What is the difference? It comes into question. So that's what they are saying. That's what they are doing, is a lot of interventions that we hope we would never see, but this is the real life Frankenstein right in front of our eyes. So let me know what you think about it. And as always, I want to remind you of the opportunity to support my work as content creator. In the description of every chapter, every episode, I include in the description some information about different platforms you can use to support my work with donations if you want to. You can support also by liking, sharing the episode, and subscribing. I hope to see you again very soon. Thank you for watching.